well, this isn't going to work so much.
Oh, do you want me to move?
No, you stay. Move over. Just try to get into the frame here.
Come on, get on the
Okay,
couch.
there we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we got two people in here. This is Amir. Amir, what's your official title at WSJ?
I'm the technology news editor for Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Okay, that's a mouthful. The technology...
Tech editor, EMEA.
EMEA, awesome. And this is Or?
EMEA. Amir, EMEA.
Amir, EMEA. And this is Or. Or, give me your title.
Tech reporter based in Tel Aviv.
You're the correspondent in Israel, correct? There's no other.
The startup nation.
There's actually a geopolitical correspondent.
Nick
Casey also lives in Tel Aviv, spends a lot of his time also in the territories.
So you're the tech guy in Israel.
Yeah.
You're the tech guy in Israel.
The
Awesome.
first international news organization to send a full-time tech reporter to Israel, just to cover tech.
The
First international news organization to have a full-time tech reporter.
Wait, but
doing
Bloomberg
tech.
has here.
Bloomberg hired a tech person 6 months after we did.
Oh, how cool. Okay. So you were the first. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amir, you're here visiting, right? You're not... Where are you based?
In Israel?
No, where are you based in general?
London.
London. And you're here how long? Just like...
48 hours.
Wow. And you're here for work, pleasure?
Yeah. Work and Mother's Day.
Yeah. Awesome. So give me your 2 seconds of your background. Before the WSJ you were?
I was the editor of the English edition of Israel Ayom, and before that I was the deputy editor of the Jerusalem Post.
So you got journalism running through your blood. And Or?
I worked for The Marker, which is the financial supplement of Haaretz, and I was a tech editor of the tech section online.
Cool.
For quite a
So I just interviewed like 5 minutes ago. I was sitting with Ron Gura.
Oh, cool.
So he just wrote the hot seat because he was just sitting here like 2 seconds ago, literally. It's really funny. What's up, people? Hey there. Cannabis.com.
Cool.
Are you serious? You're promoting cannabis on this freaking stream? I'm telling you, it's amazing what happened. Marketers ruin everything. You notice that? They just... Anyway. All right, so talk to me. What are you guys seeing? Amir, what are you seeing? What's exciting? What do you think is like hot? What's going on?
At the moment, I'm focusing on AI, machine learning, big data. I think that there's a lot of interesting things happening, especially with the big tech companies, Google, Baidu, Facebook. I interviewed the head of Facebook's AI research team, Jan LeCun.
Wow.
Who basically said that...
They have an AI team?
They have a huge AI team.
Really?
There's 50 people in the AI team. They're still hiring.
Turn off the air conditioner. Are you guys cold? Are you hot?
I'm freezing.
I'm freezing also. Turn this off. It is like a freezer in here right now.
Yeah. So he's very nice and he's amazing, but kind of in the subtext of what he was saying was that Siri and Cortana are cool, but they're kind of trash talk them a little bit. They're kind of
just for those who don't know, Siri is obviously on iOS. Cortana's on Windows Phone. That's
Microsoft.
And what about the Google? I mean, it's not.
It's not. I think that Google now is kind of just like I speak and it throws up a page.
It's
right?
interesting.
With Siri and Cortana talk
Google
back.
Now, by the way, is the most misused. Like people, because Google Now is the push notification thing that it shows you in your notifications. People call Google Now basically the equivalent of Siri. It's not the same thing at all, but total side point.
So they're working on deep learning and machine learning stuff to basically what they're aiming for is to leapfrog Siri and Cortana and basically get to a situation where if you post this video of us on Facebook.
What do you mean if? You mean when? Yes.
When you post this video of us on Facebook, the machine will be able to not only identify our faces, but what moods we're in. Are we friends? What is the context of this?
Is that using face technology?
More.
And then?
It's deep learning stuff.
More,
it's basically like having a look at your body language, at your eyebrows. Is your frown? Is it up? Is it down? Is it a real frown?
Someone just told me the other day, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Someone tweeted the other day that they've noticed that they're having VoIP calls on Facebook and then they're getting targeted for what they say on that call. They're actually analyzing their audio. Is there anything about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that pattern recognition, whether it's images, video, and text, or spoken word, is where everyone is focusing right now.
So it's kind of scary.
It does have a very, very scary privacy issue to it. On the other hand, it's a huge leap, and it's hopefully going to make our lives also easier and better in many ways. But yeah, it is also focused commercially for them.
Or what are you seeing here? Or is there a man on the ground? So tell me, like, what's getting your blood pumping and getting you excited in Israel?
Good question.
Thank you. That's what I do best.
I think there's lots of innovation around disrupting journalism. That's a bit meta, but there's a lot of innovation to go into the journalism industry.
Like Playbuzz.
It's not just Playbuzz. There are tons of startups that are really trying to create new models of journalism, whether it's in the way that the publisher relates to the journalists themselves, or by application of intelligence technologies that were applied in the IDF.
Or live streaming, which is the new form of journalism.
Live streaming, trying to communicate with, to get to readers through various newsletters, and there are all sorts of these little experiments that are popping up here and there, and really trying to use big data in ways that were not used previously in journalism, not just in order to create content, but also in the way that the actual
distribution?
No, the creation process is being done. Thinking about it in a way that thinking about the product and not just about a specific article.
Interesting.
And that's something
So
relatively new.
Who are some players that we're allowed to talk about that we should pay attention to? Obviously.
So you know the obvious international players, and I'd rather not talk about the Israeli players because some of them haven't been discussed before.
But I mean, Taboola and Outbrain, those guys are still it's in that universe.
So Taboola and Outbrain are playing in that field. Also, a startup called Dynamic Yield. In Dynamic Yield, they're doing something really exciting.
I don't know that name.
With the new Liad Agmon. Liad Agmon is the founder.
Sounds so familiar to me.
So Dynamic Yield, they automate their tools. Tool set is called decision assistance, editorial decision assistance, or something like that. And they automate the way that the homepage. The articles are being placed on the homepage in order to optimize engagement and monetization, and they do lots of cool stuff. They also have some really interesting statistics about readerships of big publishers.
Amir, you have a question here. What? You know Liat Mordechai from 24Me? You know 24Me?
Yes.
So she asked, where do you see the future of PA? I guess she means personal assistant. I'm assuming she means.
That's a good question. I think there's a lot of big companies and startups working on intelligent assistants. I think you can also look at intelligence assistants, let's say in mapping. Google Maps, Uber are now interested in buying Nokia's Here Maps, which by the way are much better and more powerful than Google Maps.
Is that a confirmed story or is it just rumor?
No, that's confirmed.
That's really happening? That's amazing.
There's a couple of big consortiums going after Nokia. I would watch that story. I think it's really interesting.
I'm very interested. Uber is in general the most interesting company.
I'm trying to use Cortana and Siri and Google now, all three. But I think that the future of intelligent kind of assistants are a combination of everything that you're using, basically to calendar stuff is really interesting. I know people who are basically outsourcing their entire decision. Who I'm going to meet, not going to meet, based on algorithms of am I busy? Do I need to meet this person?
Scheduling's a real pain.
Right, but I'm not there yet. I'm not able to let the algorithms decide at this moment who I should meet or not. But
there's what's the name of the company? It is an Israeli company that does it helps you find basically slots in other people's calendars. It sounds like Meerkat. I don't remember. Dear Resnick worked there. I don't remember the name of the company. But I think that in general, scheduling and calendars are super primitive. The way we handle our schedules today, it's the biggest pain in the ass. I was just saying with Ron, to make that meeting with him, because he has his schedule. I myself could not find the time. So this was really cool and spontaneous.
By the way, I wasn't able to find one single calendar that handles international meetings well. Yeah. And once you, after a flight and you see it on your calendar, it's always messed up.
That's still a space that someone has to fix. The idea that I'm using my iOS.
Meerkat is another company, by the way.
My iOS calendar plus the Google calendar because
me too.
It's just there isn't one calendar out there that can figure out time zones and travel times and all that. I think if someone can just pull all that data together, kind of make an intelligence assistant. How much am I going to travel? By the way, Uber, when it decides, how long it's going to take to get you somewhere, it doesn't take in traffic yet. Hello?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me?
Completely ridiculous. I don't know why I don't understand. I never understood why they don't use Waze. What do they use?
Well, they don't want. I'm not sure why they don't use Waze, but so from what I understand, why are they trying to buy the Nokia mapping unit? Because they want to reduce their dependence on Google. And Google is a bit of they've invested in Uber, but there's starting to be some points of friction there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's another interesting space to watch.
Definitely. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let these guys go because they have busy schedules. I hope this was of value. Let me just see if I have any questions here. There are a lot of questions. Hold on 1 minute. Are you cannabis supporter? Dude, seriously.
Yes, we are.
What is WSJ? Wall Street Journal. Yes. Oh my God, this cannabis guy. Wow. Melanie from Canada is from Egypt originally, and we connected here on Meerkat, and she's a big Meerkat. Crazy story. She said I was never exposed to Israeli. When you get a phone call on Meerkat, it knocks you off. I apologize. Let's see who else here. This is a fascinating world we are living in. Great stuff. Hillel, thank you. Question from Mir. Where do you see the future? We did that. All right, guys. What are you talking about? Well, you missed the beginning, so I guess you missed the context. Anyway, thanks for jumping in, guys. I appreciate it. 95 people.
Nice.
Very impressive. All right, guys. Say goodbye to the WSJ team. Rock stars. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I'll be streaming more later today.